What's up everyone, and welcome to another special kind of showcase video. Similar to what I did with the first episode of Pokemon 3D, today we're taking a look at a different game. This one is called Pokemon Generations. Recently I've received a lot of comments as well as personal messages and just in general messages from you guys telling me about this game and to go ahead and check it out. And so today we're going to be checking out this game called Pokemon Generations. Now, what I find a little weird before getting started is that this game came out about 2 months ago on February 2nd, I think, and recently it's been receiving a lot more attention, so just a little weird that I found that it came out 2 months ago and now it's sort of receiving a little spotlight for itself. And so let's go ahead and check out this game. So first off, you'll notice that it is Pokemon in 3D, very much like the original, I guess. I can't really express which game it exactly looks like, but the features that we'll see in a second here do resemble a little bit of the original generation of the Pokemon games, Red and Blue. So let's go ahead and name our player here, and then you can choose between two characters, Red or Blue. Red, of course, the one that Ash seems to be based on, and Blue being the character that Gary from the anime is based on. So let's go ahead and pick Red first. You can also pick Spectator, but I'm not exactly certain on what that does just yet, so we'll check that out in a little bit. You can do single player or start a server, so this game does actually have an online feature, as well as choose between Charmander or Pikachu, which you can see both of them there. So let's go ahead and start with Red and Pikachu, which seems to be sort of the common thing here. So let's go ahead and enter the single player mode, and here we have Red. Yeah, this is pretty freaking cool. So as you see, it just brings a little bit of nostalgia first off because, you know, it's the character from the original game, but in a fully 3D environment, something that a lot of people have been wanting for a very long time in a Pokemon game, so this is definitely something to look out for. So far in this version of the game, there's not really too much in it as far as features or story or basically content go, but the basic foundation for this game has been set, and so this is definitely something to look out for. I'm going to show off basically everything that is in this version of the game, but there's not really much as far as content goes, so be aware of that. However, this does seem to be something that is very promising, and I decided to, you know, give this a little bit of attention so that you guys can hopefully, you know, check this out as well. Give it a little bit of attention so that this can definitely be developed into a much more advanced game, because as of now it is freaking awesome, and I would love to see how this can go with, like, you know, this engine and all this stuff that they have in it so far. So, you know, we have water over here, we have basically the model of the trainer, as well as the grass and all the trees and stuff set up. So basically it is set up to be just like a normal Pokemon game in this 3D, which is what a lot of people have been asking for and wanting for a long time. Pokemon Coliseum and XD kind of did that, but it wasn't exactly like a normal Pokemon game. Well, you know, it was, but, you know, I don't know. This one's a little different, and you'll see why in just a little bit here. So let's check out the two Pokemon that are in this version. There are a couple more that have been implemented, or not implemented, but, you know, they've been created. They're just not in the game yet, but I will show those at the end of the video if you guys want to stick around for that. But as for now, we have Charmander here. This is his little model. We can actually zoom in. I didn't think of that, or I didn't try that before, but you can actually zoom in or zoom out. Zooming out, I guess, gives it a little bit more of a smoother thing. But let's zoom in into Charmander here. You can see him. This is just a toy Pokemon. It is basically used so that you can battle him, because yes, there are battles in this, and we're going to show that off in just a little bit. Here is the Pikachu. Now, if you're wondering the controls, it is pretty simple. You move around the camera by clicking and dragging. You move around with the WASD, which is, you know, how you move around in pretty much every computer PC game. And if you press the tab, ba-boom, we've got ourselves our own Pikachu, which will actually follow you around, kind of like Pokemon Yellow or Heart Gold Soul Silver. However, this Pikachu does not just follow you around like a dummy, like these two over here. He can actually battle for you. So if we go ahead and click on Pikachu, how do we actually... Okay, we click on the enemy Pikachu. Let's go ahead and battle that. You can see that we enter this sort of battle phase. Now when you click around, your own Pikachu will move around, and the dummy battling Pikachu, I guess. I'm calling him a dummy, but it's kind of like a punching bag kind of thing, because he won't attack you back. He's literally just there for you to test out the attacks and whatnot. So basically, you can click around to move your Pikachu. If you use WASD, nothing really happens, actually. I thought your trainer would still move, but as you can see, your trainer sort of follows around where your Pokemon that you're controlling is moving around. The controls are a little bit weird for when you enter a battle, but they can definitely work out. Now, as I said, the enemy Pokemon won't attack you, but if you actually use the 1 through 4 keys, you have a couple of different attacks. So I'm going to press 1, and then you click where you want to attack, and boom, there's Quick Attack, I believe. So if we actually press 1 and click on the Pikachu, he will actually go ahead and use Quick Attack on the enemy Pikachu. So you'll see that we're actually hitting it and draining a little bit of HP. So let's actually use quick attack over here. Holy crap, that literally just zoomed all the way past there. Whoa! That is an awesome quick attack. So that is attack number 1 for Pikachu. Number 2 is going to be Thunder Shock. So if we go ahead and click number 2 and then click on the Pikachu, you can actually zap it wherever you want. So just press the button and then press what you want to attack. You may notice this little yellow bar. There isn't PP in this game, or sort of mana, which is kind of for more RPG kind of games, but this one rather has a stamina bar, which drains the more attacks you use. So if I actually spam a bunch of attacks here, you'll see that the stamina bar continues to go down, but it's really hard to drain of it as of now. I guess that'll be, you know, as the game actually progresses and there's balancing and whatnot, more powerful attacks will cost more stamina, and so you can't just spam abilities however much you want. Anyway, third attack for Pikachu here is going to be, I guess, a little tail whip. I don't know exactly what that is, but it seems to do a little bit of damage. So yeah, this one you just kind of, you can click it whenever you want actually, and you just spam that. You don't need to click to actually use it. And finally is going to be this one, which actually does cost quite a bit of mana, or not mana, stamina. But you know, when you run out of stamina, you basically just can't attack anymore. Nothing really happens that much off of that. So if you actually go up to Pikachu and use this attack, you'll see we do quite a bit of damage. So let's go ahead and keep using a couple of attacks here on this Pikachu and see if we can take it out. Now you'll see that the HP, actually, it's a lot more than a normal Pokemon game. They have a lot more HP than like normal Pokemon do. I'm not sure why that is actually, but they just have a lot more HP than like a normal Pokemon would. So let's go ahead and spam a couple of this attack on this Pikachu just to see if we can take it out. We are running like out of stamina really fast, but I don't know, nothing really happens. He won't attack you back or anything, but basically each Pokemon has 4 attacks, just like the normal game. We've somehow cornered this Pikachu into the trees, which is great, because now I can't even see him to attack him. Holy, what the heck was that? That was weird. I think we just, like, attacked the tree, and it, like, I don't know. I'm gonna try to push this Pikachu out of the trees, though, so that we can actually, like, take him out. Okay, well, I guess this attack might make them run away. Yeah, it does. Okay, well, that's a way to make them run away. Go ahead and keep running, Pikachu. You scrub, I'm gonna take you out. Yeah, take that. And now we're out of stamina already, so that kind of sucks. But I'm just kind of trying to take him out so that you guys can see what happens when you do take him out. Because, I don't know, there's not really that much to this game so far. So I'm just trying to show off everything that there is so far so that, you know, you get the best idea of what the potential of this is. It's not really about what's in it so far because, to be honest, like I said, there's not that much. But it's more about the potential of it. And I would really love to see, like, what this game can develop into with more. So there we go. We finally took out Pikachu, and as you see, he faints and kind of just he's pretty much down for the count. But let's go ahead and exit this. If you hit disconnect at the top, you'll go back to the main menu, and let's try out a different combination. This time we'll do Blue, or Gary, and Charmander, and we'll go ahead and start single player once again. I guess the player name doesn't really matter. It's only for multiplayer, but as you can see now, we are Gary motherfucking Oak, or Blue, whichever one you prefer. He does seem to look a lot more like his anime counterpart, I guess, because, I mean, I don't know, in the original games, he didn't really, I don't know, I haven't seen the art for him in the original game, so maybe he's based on that, not certain, but he's Blue / Gary, whichever one you prefer to call him, though I guess technically he's Blue. But let's go ahead and choose Charmander this time by pressing tab once again. You let your Pokemon out of its Pokeball, and we're gonna go ahead and battle the other Charmander. So just like Pikachu, you move around like this. And there are more Pokemon in this, however, they're not implemented in just yet. So as I said, at the end of the video, I'll include those because I'm not certain when they're actually going to be put into the game, but they're like made and they're ready to be put in, I guess. Maybe they just don't have attacks or something, but Charmander's attacks, number 1 is Scratch, which you can spam anywhere, I think. Oh, you have to click it, and then, you know, you can use it whenever you want. So Scratch is attack number 1 for Charmander. Number 2 is this sort of attack. I don't know if that's Ember or, like, I don't know. It's a weird move. It seems to be like Ember, though. Like, the closest thing I see to it is Ember. For number 3, we have Growl, I guess, which, I think it's damaging him, actually, so I'm not sure. No, it's not. It's just pushing him back a little bit, so I guess as they actually attack you back in later versions, you can use Growl to push them back if you don't really feel like fighting. And, oh, wow, we burned him with this attack, actually, so that's pretty cool. The final attack that we have for Charmander, you actually need to push the button and then actually hold it down, and that is Smoke Screen, which as of now doesn't seem to do that much, but you can actually, oh, that is so cool, you can actually spit it anywhere. Look at Charmander's little animation when he's actually spitting that down. Let's actually see if we can get a good look at that. There we go. See Charmander's little Little mouth all open. Oh, you're so cute, Charmander. Yeah, so far this looks pretty dang cool, so I definitely look forward to see what this develops into. But same thing for Charmander. If you actually keep attacking him and take him out, he will just, you know, die eventually, or faint, or whatever you want to call it. So if you actually press tab again, you can recall your Pokemon. Woo! And I don't think capturing Pokemon is in it just yet. I may be wrong on that, because I've seen definitely like a little video on this, the NDDB for this game, which shows capturing Pokemon. I'm not sure how to do it myself, so I'll actually put a little clip of that video in a bit here. But before we're done, we have one more thing to check out, and that is Spectator mode, which I actually have not checked out myself. So let's go into Spectate, go into Pikachu, start up a single player, and yeah, I guess it's just a free roam mode where you can sort of, you know, if you're in multiplayer basically and you have two of your friends battling each other, which you can actually do that. I just don't have any friends, which kind of sucks, but disregarding that, you can actually film like your friends battling it out or whatever. Like you can just hold the camera here, your friends will be having some epic battle right here, and you can make a little machinima out of that. So pretty cool that you have a spectator mode choice as well as an awesome lens flare. Look at that lens flaring action. But that is about all there is for this game so far. So as I said, not much as far as story or content goes, but it does have the basic foundation. So I really am looking forward to see what this game can basically turn into. They do have a lot of ideas as far as story goes, going through the Kanto region and eventually linking it with Gold and Silver, and then linking it with Ruby Sapphire as well. So that is why it is called Pokemon Generations. Basically, the plans for it are like basically to have every Pokemon generation in this. And if you actually hold spacebar, you can have sort of a smoother camera, I guess, or, you know, it goes slower. A little weird, but yeah, that is basically all there is to this. I don't know where the disconnect button went, so that kind of sucks. I guess I'll just end off the video with this awesome lens flare on Pikachu. Oh gosh, we actually glitched through the ground right there. Oh, okay, well, that's cool. I guess on spectator mode you can glitch through the ground. But let's end it off with a sort of cool view of Pikachu here with some lens flare action. Actually, both of them right there. And I'll actually go ahead and show off a couple of the things that are on the website for this game. So first off is this little video, which actually shows off the capturing of Pokemon. A little weird because it does have Bulbasaur in here, so Bulbasaur definitely plans to be added in the future, as well as the other Kanto starters. So basically just shows off, you throw the Pokeball, sort of like the anime does the sound effects from that, and you capture yourself a Pokemon. There's actually also a couple of images. This one's a little bit disturbing. Not too certain on that one, just looks a little bit weird. Next up is Rattata, which, you know, all the models, or a lot of the models for a lot of Pokemon have been done, so I'm assuming that in a later version those will be added. Ditto as well has its model right there. It's not really a 3D version or anything, you can just see the front-facing model. Geodude up next with his rocks and Pidgey. He's got, you know, his big wings and stuff. So far, a lot of just first-generation Pokemon, like Electrode and Voltorb here. Those are probably pretty easy to make. I mean, they're just kind of spheres. They're not even spherical on this. Neither is Ghastly, actually. Magnemite as well. Actually, I'm seeing a lot of circular Pokemon here. I guess those are probably easier to make. I'm not very good at, like, 3D modeling or anything. But next up, we have Diglett, Oddish here, and Bellsprout. Totally forgot the name of that for a second. But that is kind of all the Pokemon. Actually, one more, and that is Dratini. So those are all the models that are kind of revealed, but one final screenshot here will show that all the starters are actually in the game, so probably in a later version we'll be able to see those, or maybe I somehow downloaded an old version, but this is literally the only download I found, so it is probably being reserved for a little bit of a later version. But here's just a couple of more random screenshots. Actually a model of a weird looking Leaf character, Leaf being the girl from Fire and Leaf Green, which you can see there. Looks a little bit weird, but, you know, that'll probably be polished up in a little bit. So yeah, that is going to be it for this video, guys. I hope you have enjoyed this. If you enjoyed this, definitely go support the game. I will link the NDDB down in the description if you want to check it out. Thank you to the creators of this game. I'm not certain on who they are, but I know that Zetoku is involved in this, which is one of the names that is actually on the screenshot here. So thank you to you and any other developers on this game for making this. I hope that this game goes well for you, and I look forward to see what you guys come out with in the future. So thank you all for watching, and see you guys next time.